Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where last episode I was intending to begin our invasion of Greenland, but I got kind of caught up invading in the South Pacific instead. So we've got some progress going on here. That's all well and good. We're going to continue to attack over here in the Philippines as well. This feels like this is going well, and we're working on replenishing this force, so that shouldn't be a big deal either. Now, I did notice that Scotland still holds Shetland up here. So, that's a thing. In other Paradox games, there's a crossing here, but not here. So we're just going to do a single invasion here, and that is going to be launching in just a couple of days here, 3 days. So we'll get that started, and we're also going to want to get started on this soon enough. For this to happen, we're going to have to pull coverage from somewhere. And the question is, where do we want to pull coverage from? That is quite a question. We're stretched very thin navally, and I would love to clean some of this up. That said, will this launch if we have no naval supremacy, but they also don't? I actually don't know that. Let's find that out. Because if that's the case, that'll make things a lot easier here. So let's just go ahead and get that done for now. In the meantime, we're going to be continuing to work away over here. We're pressing in over this direction. This all seems completely fine. We are holding our ground over here in Borneo. We're not really successfully pushing out here. But we are getting a few additional constructions done, and I thought I queued up one down over here. Yeah, I did. I just accidentally put it at the bottom instead of the top. Okay, there we go. I just want to get a second port in over here. And this location is not currently accessible to be attacked, so this should be fine. I'm not going to waste additional nukes over here. I'm going to kind of bank those up at this point for our actual invasion of North America, because we're going to need them, I think. And then there's also this small problem. We'll see how we get there. That's for sure. 2% base war support, and we should be capable at this point. Oh, we're over a year from when we could do this. Okay, so we're just going to pay our 75 political power, and we're going to grab our 12% war support. I should have done that a year ago. There's no doubt about that. But let's see here. November to December, January, February, March. Okay, so it should be 12 March 1983. Okay, sounds good. Fantastic. So we are prepping this invasion over here. The question is, how long until this invasion is ready to go? Still another 45 days here, so that's fine. Yeah, we're going to do a pay rise for the enlisted soldiers. We have the political power to make that happen. So that is great. Now, this army over here seems to have forgotten what it's doing. So we're going to tell these guys they're going to frontline here with an offensive line being here. And actually, this is because there's some slightly awkward things that was going on with this crossing. I wasn't able to put a front line because there was also a front line here. It was a very awkward situation. But we're going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to offensive line all the way down the coast. There we go. And I think we're going to have to naval invade over here. I'm not 100% on that. We're almost certainly going to have to here. We can check into those. We do have some unassigned divisions. Those, of course, go into this force, which is now up to 21 of its 24. Excellent. We do have some equipment loss going on here. That is because they're on their way in. It'll take them time to get there. That's fine. Okay. Got that auto-save going on. And as far as New Zealand goes over here, our invasion is launching now. I didn't realize that it was launching, but that is great. So in we go. Now, there are no naval bases over here, so we need to be prompt with this. So, in we go. And we'll see exactly how this invasion plays out here. We immediately need to begin constructing naval bases over here. As soon as possible. Which is right now. Okay, So we're going to immediately begin that construction, top priority. Okay. We're going to let these guys land, and these guys we're going to just head over this way. Just punch our way inland. I have no idea if they have troops on New Zealand. We'll find out. I want these guys to punch up over here. Okay. We're going to start constructing a second naval base here. And at this point, we're going to select all of these guys, and we're going to offensive line all the way up the coast of New Zealand. Close enough. Okay, we'll see if they've got any troops. Hopefully they do. At the very least, we want to prevent being attacked over here so that we can get supply flow in. Okay, sounds good. So, that now means that we no longer need our ships in the Tasman Sea. We should consider that we're going to need additional forces. Well, these guys are going to be ready to naval invade soon. We did not grab this. Let's go grab that. And then we'll need to naval invade both of these locations. So, I think that we should move this navy up over to the Java Sea. And we should remove from the Tasman. Okay. Like that. Excellent. There are some troops here. They have arrived. However, they're being pushed back. That's great. We need to get this victory point at the very least right now. And we need to continue to push in over here. Looks like we are going to grab some extra territory here. That's great. They have very little for forces here, and I'm pleased to see that. Okay, these guys are moving in. Sounds perfect. We don't necessarily need all of these troops doing this. I'm going to tell them to stop and have just these guys head in. Okay, sounds good. So now this location cannot be attacked unless we get pushed back. That's great. So they can't delay our construction. This invasion seems to be going very well indeed. Okay, this up here is stalled out for the time being. And let's check our supply flow over here. Yeah, taking this naval base down here should help. Actually, that's just an air base, isn't it? No naval base there. Okay. Do we have this naval base upgrading? Yeah, it already is. So this should, in theory, be fine. As far as Borneo goes, we are very, very close over there. So that's excellent. I'm going to go ahead and drop a line of nukes over here. I know I said that we're kind of holding off on that for the time being, but let's take a look at... well, I mean, we have plenty of nukes for right now. So that is completely okay. We're going to move these guys into this force. Sounds great. And let's take a look over here. Yeah, this is not launched, and I'm guessing it's because, yeah, no naval supremacy at all. Okay, so in order to handle that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to select just this early cruiser, and I'm going to move it. I did that wrong. Okay, so I'm going to select this early cruiser. We're going to create a new task force with that, and then we're going to make that into a new fleet. Now, they don't have any ships out here, so we're just going to send that over here. So much for they don't have any ships over here. When that wasn't there, there are no enemy or friendly ships. Do we just not have intel on it, or is this bad intel? I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Sure. Okay, so over here we are at 24 divisions. We have not lost any divisions. That sounds great. Our supply flow should be improving shortly. And our supply flow over here should be improving as well. This is actually not a different air zone, so we can nuke right here. Or actually, I believe it is a different air zone, but we already got supremacy here. So we're just going to nuke their piles of troops over here a bit. There we go. That should get that push done. Perfect. We've grabbed this territory, and that seems absolutely fine. As far as the Philippines go, we have pushed our way down over here. These guys are on their way over. I just want to grab this. But yeah, we will have to naval invade here and here. In fact, let's go ahead and do a naval invasion order from here to here with just this guy. Actually, I'm thinking about moving this because I think that crosses this sea zone. So from here to here, like that. Okay. And then this guy, we're going to tell him to naval invade from... This is going to require 2 sea zones. Basically, no matter how we handle it. Okay. So something like that. Okay. That should be okay. I think we can handle that. We're actually losing an attack here. Oh, we pushed them back and they're counterattacking. Got it. Get in there. I also want you guys to attack aggressively. They are. Okay, sounds good. Just continue pushing in. They don't actually have much supply flow here, I don't think. What is this level of naval base? Yeah, it's not great. So we'll just... Oh, hello, pause menu. Hey, draft reform. Excellent. So we have not a lot of progress over here. We are positive at this point, however, in our supplies. So that is wonderful. Supply flows are going to be improving over here. And for the time being, now that we do have supply flow, we are just going to continue hitting these guys. Try to knock them out of here. And I'm going to tell these guys... Oh, they are already on aggressive. Okay. Kaboom. Okay, we're going to do another line. We need to get these enemy troops into disarray here. So let's just get this done. In the meantime, I want to check in on what's going on over here. We have successfully invaded here, looks like. That's great. So this must have been... Fascinating. I think our ship was sunk. Okay. So we're going to have the current selection of ships here. And then we're going to create a new task force with those. We're going to make these into a new fleet. And we're going to tell them to come over to the western approaches. Then we're going to select this. We're going to have that selection, create a new task force, grab them, and they are going to come over to the Norwegian Sea in hopes of being able to launch this naval invasion into Greenland. That's the idea here. Okay, so we can go ahead and delete this order. Perfect. Sounds great. So we're continuing to push in over here. We're just waiting for our reinforcements to show up. Philippines are going to capitulate quite soon, I think. We may not need to naval invade out here if they don't have troops. We'll have to see, but I think they're about to capitulate. Yeah, that's pushing them out of their capital multiple times there. Okay, additional war support, always good. And there we go. They did indeed capitulate. So we can see here that we do not need to do this invasion, but we do need to do this one, apparently. Okay, so we can safely delete that. Excellent. And for right now, we'll just tell all of these lads, get in here. Excellent. As far as this goes, we will have this go as soon as we can. There are no units assigned to that order. I don't think that's true. There's a unit assigned to it. We are going to need to move some of our ships up there. And we can definitely do that. Like, I'm going to take probably these 4 destroyers and tell them, come on up here for right now. Free France decrypted our ciphers. I don't care. They can do that if they want. We're going to continue to push in over this way, and that'll be great. We'll need additional control over here to invade these locations, but that's fine. We have pushed out over here in Borneo, and we're just going to continue to do so. They have quite a lot of numbers over here, but I think we're okay. I mean, we should be. We can always reinforce this with this force if we want to. Or this force. That's a possibility, too. Okay, so this is going to be launching when exactly? Well, actually, we don't have the naval supremacy that we need right now. Republic of China has 11 ships over here, so we're kind of lacking in that at this exact moment. We could, however, take a convoy raider up and tell them, come on up here as well. That'll do. Okay. Now, as far as this, these guys have embarked. Our invasion of Greenland is underway. Excellent. Our Taiwan invasion force is back up to full strength. And that is great. They are going to be ready to execute this fairly soon, I feel like. Yeah, I mean, we do see that they have some divisions there. That's fine. As we continue this, our navy will get stronger and stronger in comparison to everyone else's. We're mostly using our navy as a blockading force right now, and that's not necessarily the best usage of it, I feel like, but I mean, there's definitely this gap that has opened up in the western seaboard. That's not ideal, but it'll do for now. We want to get our invasion of Greenland done. That will free up all of this, so that's great. And then we can repurpose these fleets. So that'll be just fine. And when is that invasion going to land? Soon-ish is the official word on that. Soon-ish. How's our invasion of New Zealand going? Looks like we're a little bogged down, but we are going okay. We have reinforcements on the way. We do have supply flow over here. It's not quite enough supply flow, but we're going to be taking Christchurch here fairly soon, which will help dramatically, actually. And we're going to continue to grow these naval bases over here, so we should be fine on our invasion of New Zealand. That is looking wonderful. We'll be ready to launch this soon enough. It'll take time for our units to get there, though. As far as all this goes, I mean, we are currently losing this engagement, but we'll see. Just going to push our way in over here, and let's check in on Greenland. Okay, so they do have I was going to say ships. They don't have ships here. They do have units at the naval base here. It's only a level 1 naval base, but let's see if we can push them back. Yes, we can. Fantastic. 8 days? I don't think it's going to last 8 days. Now saying 5 days. Two days? Any moment now. The US is definitely going to sit up and take notice from an invasion of Greenland, though. They have to. And there it is. Okay, we've got our front line here. Let's go ahead and do our offensive line, which of course is simply going to be this. Go ahead and execute that. Let's go. We did manage to take the naval base. It's not a great naval base, and we should upgrade that for sure. Let's go ahead and do that, and let's do some infrastructure checking over here. Oh, the rebellion zone. The rebellion zone. I really wish when this happens that the game would pop up a notification. It really feels like it should. But it didn't. Okay, so we're going to send this guy up over like this. We're going to send this guy over to Damascus. And then we're going to grab, like, these guys here and tell them... Yeah, I'm aware. We're going to make them into a new army for now. We're going to tell them front line over here, with their mission being to offensive line straight in like that. Okay. So that might be taken care of. They do have the 4 units of artillery there. We'll keep that in mind. But hey, our invasion of Greenland is done. Which of course means that we can free up these 3 units. So this is not much of a task force here, but we're going to go ahead and take it over to, how about this area over here in patrol mode. Okay. It's not going to do much over there. These guys, I'm going to actually set them up to be light cruisers, destroyers, and submarines. Okay. And we'll have 20 of each. Okay, and then we'll have them up in the western seaboard. These guys, they are going to actually be kept exactly as they are. We're going to pull them out of the Denmark Strait, and we are going to tell them to patrol in, how about the Bering Sea? Just shore that up a little bit. Excellent. Okay, sounds good. So we are continuing our battle in Borneo. It's a bit of a grind, to be sure. And over here, we don't quite have enough in the South China Sea. We should definitely pull both of these up here for now. Actually, I'll have this convoy raiding fleet be both of them. Okay, there we go. Because we need to take control of this, for sure. We also need to attack over this way. Is Papua New Guinea in the American Union? Yes, they are. Okay. Good to know. And we are in process of taking Greenland here. And that should be no real problem. Syria has capitulated, as expected. And then, what am I doing? Over here. There we go. Yeah, we're just going to push in over here. Excellent. The good old rebellion zone. So let's just go ahead and get our rooting out of resistance going over here again. So something along the lines of that. Okay. Sounds good. So we're going to make our way on in over here. No problem in theory. I think that we should probably have this go into, say, this army. How much do we need in that? Close this. There we go. 36. Sure. That'll be fine. And let's finish up our invasion of Greenland here, so we can start planning our actual invasion of North America. Now, I am also thinking about potentially attacking on 2 fronts here. Over here and over here. And then if they pull troops down here, we can open a 3rd front this way. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. If we're going to do that, we want a lot of these Asian invasion forces to be freed up. So that's definitely something to think about. That said, we're getting close on that front. Yeah, we're pushing this back. I'm going to go ahead and nuke here. Kaboom. Excellent. As far as this goes, I mean, we are still struggling a bit over here. We clearly need additional help over here, so we're going to continue to nuke. Borneo is proving a bit of a tough nut to crack for this army, but that's okay. We don't really have a major problem with that. We'll just continue to take territory and continue to buff up our naval bases. Wonderful. So this army is going to be freed up very, very shortly here. We're just crossing over into Palawan. Ah! This invasion is awkward. Okay. We need to get some air superiority over here for sure. We're going to do something like this. Okay. Next, and this is going to hurt the naval base here, but we're going to nuke this. And we're going to do it again. And again. Lebanon has capitulated. That's wonderful. That means that we can grab this army and fold that back into the Arabian Coast Guard. There we go. And now we're going to have these guys all attack this naval base. These guys, in the meantime, we'll have them push over like this. Okay. Excellent. The naval base is ours. And now we can actually provide supplies over here for this invasion. That is perfect. So that, of course, means that this army is completely good to go. We no longer need this invasion order, and we can just assign everyone here like that. And get in here, please. As I said, get over here. There we go. Fantastic. So that should be good to go. We are just about done taking over various locations in East Asia here. Or rather, Southeast Asia. That should be fine. We're tying these guys up while we take over the naval base. So this naval base is 10 levels damaged. We're definitely going to want to repair that. So let's find where that is. Let's see. Here it is. Fantastic. Get that repaired, and now we're going to tell these guys that their goal is to offensive line straight up through Taipei. Get in there. This is not select all. Assign. And go. There we go. I was clicking the wrong arrow there. Not particularly helpful. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to finish up taking over Greenland and begin our invasion plans for North America. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.